In every shadow, a story waits to be told. Welcome to Anniverscraft, where forgotten legends, cursed fates, and hidden powers are revealed. Step in, if you dare to uncover the unknown. Back at the Korean Hunters Association, Chairman Goguni sat in silence, weighed down by the loss of Hunter Min Byung-gu. Though grief lingered, he tried to console himself. It had been a noble sacrifice, one that would not be forgotten. Just then his phone rang. A report came in. There was a B-rank gate that had suddenly opened in the middle of a busy road. Goguni's eyes narrowed. A B-rank gate wasn't something ordinary attack squads could handle. He decided to contact one of the major guilds immediately, but then remembered this gate was very close to Sung Jin-woo's office. Elsewhere, completely. Unaware of the gate's emergence, Sung Jin-woo sat deep in thought. Mrs. Sellner's reaction still echoed in his mind. She had seen something very terrifying. Was it a trace of the system? Her eyes had been filled with absolute terror. She likely wouldn't agree to meet him again. Then, something caught his attention outside the window. "What's with the traffic?" he muttered. At that moment, his phone buzzed. Goguni, the old man informed him of the B-rank gate nearby and asked, "Can you take care of it?" Sung Jin-woo replied calmly, "Without permission." The chairman chuckled. "And where do you get permission?" "From the Hunter Association," Jin-woo answered. Goguni grinned. "And who am I?" The chairman. "Exactly." "Then you don't need to worry." With that, Jin-woo made his way to the location. The road was blocked, and as he approached the gate, a Hunter Association officer stopped him. "You can't enter without proper clearance," the officer said firmly. Even after recognizing Jin-woo, even for an S-rank hunter, there's a process. "Have you received permission?" Jin-woo simply raised his phone and dialed. "Chairman, we have a problem at the scene." He passed the phone to the officer. With a serious expression, he said, "This is someone you can't ignore." The officer froze. Without another word, Jin-woo stepped past the blockade and entered the gate. The moment he passed through, the gate's color shifted, turning blood red. Inside, the atmosphere was different. The mana density is far beyond what a B-rank gate should possess. "A red gate," Jin-woo muttered. The gate sealed behind him. He sighed. "Looks like I'll have to overdo it again." For a brief moment, his thoughts turned to his mother. He was relieved she hadn't objected to any of this. Then, in an instant, he summoned his shadow army. Hunting is in our nature, he thought. Monsters aren't the only enemies hunters face. Sometimes, it's other hunters. Of prey and predator can shift in a heartbeat. With resolve in his eyes, he continued, "No matter how many hunts there are, it never ends. And yet, not a single one of us has any intention of stopping." He raised his hand. "Move to the next target." Meanwhile, somewhere in the western continent, gate far from Korea, in the west, a trembling hunter stood before the monarch of frost. What are you?" the hunter asked, shaking. The frost monarch stared down coldly. "Not this one either. They're hiding well the fragments of brilliant light." Suddenly, a ripple of dark energy surged. Yogament, the monarch of transfiguration, appeared. "What brings you here?" asked the frost monarch. "I've come with news from the east," Yogament replied. "You mean that small territory where the shadow monarch resides?" "Thought you said you'd handle it." Yogament smirked. "Seems the rulers intend to release Leja in the south. But don't worry, as long as the architect fulfills his role, there will be no interference." Paused. "There's more." "It's been confirmed. The greatest fragment of the brilliant light is over there." The frost monarch narrowed his eyes. "Interesting. You came all this way to tell me?" "What will you do about it?" Yogament asked. "If you're willing to step aside," the frost monarch replied coldly, "then I'll handle it myself." Strange silence fell. "Looks like we've been lured here," the frost monarch said suddenly. "That man couldn't possibly possess a fragment, unless he left a trace on purpose. Is he planning to get in our way?" Then, a third voice echoed from the shadows. "The small country in the east? Are you referring to Korea?" The frost monarch turned. "Why does that interest you?" Yogament grew tense. "Monarch of Frost, I don't think we have time to play." With this man, the Frost Monarch smirked. Try to stop us if you can. In an instant, they clashed. Monarch and the mystery man locked in combat. Back inside the Red Gate, Jinwoo, a massive monster, appeared before Sung Jinwoo. So it's you. The bastard who's been killing my brothers, it growled. Impressive to have made it this far with such a small frame, to speak. Our tongue. But this is where it ends. With a roar, the boss monster summoned all of its hidden kin. Jinwoo smiled. Small? It's funny? He raised his hand and the shadow army burst forth from the ground. Baru, Egress, Tusk, and countless. Others, the monsters lurking in ambush, were slaughtered instantly. There's no one left, Jinwoo said calmly. You bastard. The boss monster bellowed. Jinwoo's expression turned cold. End them. With deadly precision, his army charged, tearing through the enemy ranks. Baru led the attack, Egress cut down dozens, and Tusk unleashed devastating spells. The boss monster collapsed before Jinwoo's feet. Jinwoo stared down, disappointed. I didn't learn anything from this one either. The system, it was interfering again. Still, he calmed himself. It's fine. I'll learn everything in time. His thoughts turned to the key, one he received after reaching level 100 during the Jeju Island raid. It had come from a cursed box and now pointed to a single location, Kartanan Temple, the place where it all began, the double dungeon. The system was calling him back, but things were different now. If this had all been part of the plan from the start, if it had been waiting for him to return, then wait for me, Jinwoo thought, eyes burning with resolve. I'm coming.
Like the story? Smash that like, hit subscribe, and join the journey. Don't miss the next epic chapter. Until then, stay strong and keep chasing your destiny.